Most people ride their bicycles for years without ever touching half the tools their bike already gives them for free. One of these hacks alone could quietly save you a $100 tune-up. Another could get you home after your tire literally tears itself open using nothing but a dollar bill. And one of these tricks, if you get a single detail wrong, could cause your bike to fail underneath you while you're riding it. Professional mechanics have relied on many of these tricks for years, but most casual riders never hear about them. Here are 10 genius bike hacks that sound fake until you try them yourself. One of them sounds so unbelievable, you'll want to test it the second this video ends. The first one is hiding in plain sight on almost every geared bicycle. Number 10. The barrel adjuster reset. Your gears used to shift perfectly, now they don't. The chain hesitates, it skips. Sometimes it refuses to move at all. Most people assume something expensive just broke and book a $50 to $100 tune-up without a second thought. Here's the mistake almost everyone makes. It isn't the derailleur failing or the cassette wearing out. It's a small knurled dial sitting right where the shifter cable enters the mechanism near your back wheel that moves your chain between gears, the rear derailleur. That dial is the barrel adjuster. If your shifts are lagging behind, turn it counterclockwise in quarter turns while pedaling and shifting between two gears until it snaps in cleanly. Overshooting instead, go clockwise. Here's the crazy part. A quarter turn of that dial moves the cable by a fraction of a millimeter. That's actually all it takes to completely change how a bike shifts. Smoother shifting, less drivetrain wear, and fewer repair bills for free. You didn't need a repair, you just needed the right adjustment. If you thought that could save you money, wait until you see the trick that gets a stuck wheel off your bike in 5 seconds flat. Number 9. The rubber band brake trick. You're crouched on the garage floor, wrestling a wheel that will not come off. The tire keeps catching on the brake pads. Your knuckles are scraping the rim, and you're already pricing a special tool you assume you must be missing. There is no special tool. If your bike has rim brakes, pads that squeeze directly onto the wheel rim rather than a separate disc, loop a wide rubber band or hair tie around one brake lever and the handlebar grip, squeezing the lever most of the way closed. That single loop holds your pads open far wider than the small quick-release lever on the brake allows on its own, giving your tire the clearance it needs to slide right past. Believe it or not, that quick-release lever was originally engineered decades ago for racing mechanics who needed to swap wheels in seconds mid-race. Its factory opening was never actually meant to be the limit. No scratched rim, no wasted 10 minutes, and it costs nothing. The trick was never missing, you just never needed it until now. Everything so far has been about convenience. The next hack could be the difference between riding home and walking it. Number 8. The dollar bill tire boot. You're 15 miles from home. Your tire catches something sharp and you hear the hiss. You pull over and look down. Your stomach sinks. The inner tube is bulging straight through a gash in the sidewall. No signal on your phone. You think the ride is over. Touring cyclists have trusted a fix for exactly this moment for decades. A folded dollar bill or an energy bar wrapper in a pinch, placed between the tire and the tube, acts as a temporary boot. It won't repair the tire, but it distributes the pressure enough to stop the tube from bursting back through the cut. A road tire holds real pressure, often 80 pounds per square inch or more, constantly pushing outward. That's exactly why a small gash becomes a blowout point instead of a slow leak. Without something rigid blocking the gap, the tube has nowhere to go but out. Your next flat tire won't end your ride. It'll just cost you $1. But if a torn tire feels dramatic, wait until you hear about the mistake that quietly ruins tubes from the moment you install them. Number 7. The Talcum Powder Tube Trick. You install a brand new tube. A few rides later, you're flat again. No glass, no thorn, no obvious cause. You chalk it up to bad luck, and a few weeks later, it happens all over again. You weren't unlucky. Your tube was wearing itself out. New tubes come out of the box slightly tacky, which makes them grip unevenly against the inside of the tire as it flexes. A tire and tube flex through thousands of rotations in a single mile, and even a tiny amount of drag repeated that many times wears a tube thin in one exact spot. That's your mystery flat. The fix: a light dusting of talcum powder or cornstarch on the tube before you install it so it can move freely inside the tire instead of dragging against it. Bike shops that offer this as an upgraded install will sometimes charge extra for it. A bottle of baby powder costs a couple of dollars and lasts years. You'll notice it on your very next flat, the one that doesn't happen. But not every mistake shows up as a flat tire. Some only show up the moment the temperature drops below freezing. Number 6, zip tie winter traction. You're commuting home in the cold. The road looks clear. It isn't. A sheet of black ice grabs your front wheel, and for 1/2 second, you're not sure if you're about to hit the pavement. Winter commuters have relied on a real trick for years. Small cable ties, threaded evenly around your tire and trimmed close, create makeshift studs that genuinely bite into packed snow and ice. Here's something that sounds impossible. Your tire isn't actually sliding on solid ice most of the time. It's sliding on an almost impossibly thin layer of liquid water sitting on top of it. That's the entire reason anything loses grip on ice at all. Break through that layer with something rigid, and the ice underneath grips fairly well. That's exactly what each zip tie ridge does. One caution. This is a low-speed, short-distance fix, not a replacement for real studded tires if you ride on ice constantly, and the ties wear down over time. Studded winter tires run from $50 to $100 a pair. A bag of zip ties is a couple of dollars. But here's a hack that can genuinely help you, or, if you get one detail backwards, put you at real risk the next time you ride. Number 5, the one you should never do wrong, seat post grease. Every pedal stroke, your seat post squeaks. You search it online. Everyone says the same thing, grease it. You're about to do exactly that. That advice is correct for half of all bikes, and dangerous for the other half. If your frame or seat post is carbon fiber, grease is exactly the wrong answer. Carbon only grips inside a clamp because of friction against a rough surface, not raw clamping force. Add anything slippery, and no amount of tightening compensates for it. The post can slowly slip down under your weight mid-ride without warning. The real fix for carbon assembly paste, not grease, a gritty product made to grip carbon rather than lubricate it, sold at any bike shop for a few dollars. Grease belongs only on metal contact, an aluminum or steel post in an aluminum or steel frame. It wasn't the bike. It was one tiny mismatch between the wrong product and the wrong material. Get that one right, and you've avoided real danger. Enough about danger. Let's make your bike look new again. Number 4, the toothpaste polish. Your frame used to shine. Now it's dull, hazy, tired. The kind of look that makes a good bike seem neglected next to something newer. This is one of the ones people refuse to believe until they try it. A small amount of plain, non-gel, non-whitening toothpaste, worked into an aluminum frame with a soft cloth in small circles and wiped clean, lifts light oxidation in minutes. Whitening and gel toothpastes are usually the harshest option, not the gentlest. Many contain stronger abrasives, specifically to scrub stains off teeth. The plain, old-fashioned paste is actually the milder formula, which is exactly why it's safer for your frame. 5 minutes at home, or pay someone $20 to $30 to do exactly the same thing. But a shiny frame won't matter much if your brakes can't stop you in time. Number 3, the Alcohol Rotor Reset. You're on a group ride. You squeeze the brakes. Everyone turns to look. Your brakes are screaming and the bike still doesn't want to stop. Your brakes weren't worn out. They were contaminated. Skin oils, a stray drop of chain lube, even certain cleaning sprays leave an invisible film on the rotor, the metal disc your pads clamp onto, that kills stopping power. It turns out something as small as a single fingerprint's worth of skin oil is actually enough to measurably reduce how well a rotor grips. That's exactly why mechanics wear gloves when handling a clean one. The fix? Isopropyl alcohol on a clean, lint-free rag, wiped firmly across the rotor and pads. Never anything oil-based near a rotor or pads. No WD-40, no chain lube, no degreaser that isn't brake safe. That's exactly what caused the contamination, and it can permanently ruin pads in seconds. The next time you squeeze the brakes, the squeal is gone, and your bike stops like it did the day you bought it. Fix your brakes, and you're safer today. Fix this next one, and you're protecting the bike itself for years to come. Number 2, the inner tube frame wrap. Every bump, you hear it. A metallic slap near the pedals. Look closely after a season, and you will usually find the paint chipped down to bare metal. That sound is your chain going slack and bouncing against the frame tube nearest the ground, the chainstay. The fix: cut a section from an old inner tube, wrap it tightly around the chainstay, and secure it with electrical tape or a couple of zip ties. The exact same job as the $10 to $20 neoprene protector kits sold at bike shops, using something you would otherwise throw away. Many bikes actually ship from the factory with a small protective film in that exact spot, because manufacturers already know this wear pattern is coming. Most riders never notice it is there, or replace it once it wears through. Quieter rides, a protected frame, and better resale value, for the cost of nothing. Everything you have seen so far can save you money or a headache. This last one could save you from being stranded or hurt, miles from home. Number 1, the Emergency Derailleur Save. You hear it before you see it. A crunch, a jolt, your bike lurches sideways. You look down, and your rear derailleur, the mechanism that moves your chain between gears, is bent and pulled directly into your spinning wheel. Riding any further will destroy your wheel and derailleur completely in seconds. Experienced long-distance and bikepacking riders carry a fix for exactly this moment. Every geared bike has a small, deliberately soft piece of metal called a derailleur hanger, bolting the derailleur to the frame, engineered on purpose to bend or snap in a crash, so your far more expensive frame does not have to. When it bends this badly, shorten your chain by removing a few links and zip tie the derailleur cage, the part that guides the chain, directly to the frame or seat stay. This locks your bike into a single working gear for the ride home. The same way a single speed bike only ever has one gear to begin with. It is not elegant, but it saves you miles of walking a broken bike, a destroyed wheel, and a day that ends in a tow truck instead of ending with you riding through your own front door. Sometimes the difference between riding home and pushing your bike home is nothing more than a handful of zip ties. The real takeaway. None of these hacks needed a toolbox full of expensive gear. Most cost less than a candy bar, and at least one of them could be the difference between walking your bike home and riding it on the worst possible day. Sometimes the cheapest fix is the smartest one. If you thought these hacks were useful, wait until you see the bicycle maintenance mistakes that could quietly shorten the life of your bike without you ever noticing. Which one of these did you already know? Let me know in the comments below.